Hello, welcome to Witcher Episode 2. Another exciting episode of Witcher. Okay, so let's get the Gwent
What's more,
out of the way.
there
I'll
are
talk to this
four
guy over here.
factions.
There are
For
four.
what? Factions, team!
There are four
What
factions
a waste of time!
up in the
The
castle.
earth shall revolve around the sun before you comprehend these rules.
Got a minute?
Why not? Aldert Geert, Assistant Professor in Contemporary History at Oxenfurt Academy.
Geralt of Rivia. Witcher, with tenure. I'm looking for a woman. Long hair, dressed in black and white. Seen anyone like that?
Of course not! Unlike the populace, I know the horsewoman of war is pure poppycock.
The horsewoman of war.
Horsewoman of war. What's that about?
Folk say an omen. A beautiful phantom rides the fields at night, looks as you described her. Armies follow her, and all who cross her path meet with misfortune.
I can vouch for the last bit. Know where they saw her?
No, facts interest me, not fairy tales.
War reached Novigrad yet?
Nope, but it's only a matter of time. Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other, drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
Many a ruler's choked on that bone.
True. We value our liberty in Novigrad, and we know how to fight for it.
The scholars especially.
The sword is not the only weapon. Do not forget, architects from our academy designed the city walls. Walls no war machine has ever crumbled.
Yeah, Novigrad's a cool concept. Because
Not a place I'd ever
I don't
expect
know
to
how
find
much you
scholar.
guys know about
Take it
the
you're fleeing
lore
the
of the
war.
game, but
Quite
basically
the opposite.
Novigrad
Chase
is a
it.
city.
I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life?
I seek knowledge,
So
which I value
like
more than
big
life
and
itself. I've a
developed
thirst no dusty
that
old tomes can quench.
it's a
I
city
wish to
like
see
as
the
powerful as
Nilfgaardian
some
invasion with
nations
my
and more
own
powerful
eyes,
than even some
understand it,
nations.
and recorded all in
So,
my chronicle, my
but it
magnum
stands
opus.
alone, right? It's just a city, and I think it was a part of Temeria, but in the second game, the king of Temeria is killed, and then his kids are assassinated or stolen away, depending on how you play the game. So basically, the Temeria dissolves, right? But Novigrad's still a powerful city, and so that's what he's talking about. Because Redania is the last remaining. So there's like a war in the north, right? And the war is basically between the northern realms and Nilfgaard, which is like in the south, right below them. And so Nilfgaard's moving up, and as they're doing it, they're killing kings, and 'cause, like basically Nilfgaard is behind the Temerian king being killed, and it's just a smart move because they basically dissolve Temeria and then just like roll in and start taking their lands. Uh, so yeah, so Nilfgaard, blah blah. What was I getting at? Oh yeah, so Novigrad. So right now, Redania, the remaining northern faction, and Nilfgaard are kind of on both two sides of. Okay, well I'll show you the map after. But there's a big river called the Yaruga, and they're basically stopped at either sides. And Novigrad is a port city, and it's actually on the entrance, or there's a term for where it comes out of the ocean into the big lake, but it sits basically right there. So basically both armies are kind of sitting on both sides, and Novigrad doesn't want to take a side because then it's going to get destroyed. But we find out more about that later when we actually go there.
Interesting. We need somebody to describe war, what it's really like. Not colorful banners and generals making moving speeches, but rape, violence, and thoughtless cruelty.
Ah, I see you lack the polish of the academy.
Oh,
Rape and cruelty are details of no import to the war's course. Trinkets on the garment of conflict, one might say.
what?
Tell that to the people whose houses burned down. Gotta go. So long.
A
Novigrad
moment,
is probably my favorite quest
You
zone.
strike me as a man of the world.
And it's
Are
very
you
dense. There's a
familiar with
lot of
Gwent?
stuff going on in
No,
Novigrad.
and I don't have time to learn.
And it's
But
almost
the
all
rules are
good.
quite simple. Come, let's play.
Why not?
Fancy a round of
Here's
Gwent?
how it's done.
Okay, so let's see if I even remember how to do this. Oh, that song. Do, 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 do. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. so I guess no, I'll leave those in. I will take this guy out. This in. Decoy in. Okay, well if I need one more, I'll put him in for now. Okay, that's good. Do I have any leaders? Oh, I do. Go with this one. I don't think any of my cards play out yet. None of those cards carry over. Let's do this. So this is like the mini game in Witcher 3. But the cool thing is they actually made this into a game of its own called Gwent. So basically you have 3 rows, right? You have melee, ranged, and siege. And you kind of like apply things to these rows to add or subtract to the total power of the row. And then the total power, your total power of that round is the sum total of each of the 3 rows. So you basically take all the power from the 3, add them up, and that's your score. And whoever has the highest score at the end of the round wins. It's a 3-round game. So see, he used rain, so it turns everything in my siege to 1 power. So it basically made me waste that ballista. Now I have a clear day here, so I can actually clear it up. But I want to wait. I want to wait and make sure he doesn't throw the round. I want to make sure he invests a good amount of things here. Let's see what we got here. Let's use this. See, so he passed there. Basically, each round, each player gets to play 1 card, or you can pass. And if you pass, you kind of just say, I'm going to stay with what I have. And your opponent can still drop more cards and take the round from you, but card economy is a big part of this game. So because I took the first round, I can drop all my cards this round. And because if I win this round, I win. If I hadn't won the first round, it would be very risky to drop all my cards, because then I could be left cardless, and then basically he can just win the game, because in the next round I'll have nothing to play. I win. And that's game. So basically, every time the first time you beat an opponent, you get a card, basically, and that's how you unlock new cards. So basically, you kind of want to go through and beat. You can't play the game with everyone, but whoever you can, you want to play them at least once and then get that card. There's a lot of like quests and such that revolve around this, so it's worthwhile to do it. A miraculous guide to Gwent.
Looking for a woman.
Gaunter O'Dim.
Not like everyone. And not just any woman. Mine smells of lilac and gooseberries, dresses in black and white.
Lilac and gooseberries.
2 schnapsies. It'll lift your spirits.
Fine, I'll have a drink. Can we cut to the chase? You seen her or not?
Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Never mentioned her name.
Yet you described her perfectly. And once I hear something, I never forget. Can't help it.
How do you know Yennefer?
What a question. Master Dandelion's ballads, of course. The only way a humble merchant might hope to rub up against greatness. Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I am.
And runs into a very patient witcher.
Into Geralt of Rivia himself. The Butcher of Blaviken.
Recognize me from Master Dandelion's ballads too?
To your health.
What do you do? Who are you?
A mangy vagrant. Gone to Rodin, at your service.
Vagrant. That a profession now?
Once a merchant of mirrors. The madding crowd dubbed me Master Mirror, or the Man of Glass.
You seen Yennefer?
Deepest apologies, but I must ask. Is this about love?
Of course it is.
Guessed it. It's love.
I knew it at once.
What do you know? Tell me.
Before you appeared, it never occurred to me that might have been Yennefer. Who would have thought?
Get to the point.
A Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her.
Where?
At their camp. She rode in there. Dark of night. Black and white. Gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off.
Where to?
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Thanks.
We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble and you'll be nearby to help.
Alright, so now we gotta go ask the Nilfgaardians about Yennefer. Uh-oh.
Done drinking?
Done drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Then fuck off.
Yeah, pretty much. Well,
Don't
we
want
know
your
she's a
kind, yeah.
sorceress, but the people of Witcher 3, like the peasantry, are very, very, very superstitious. Kind of like everyone is. So just the fact that this woman so she's riding ahead of the Nilfgaardians, right? But that's just a coincidence that she happens to be riding ahead of the army, and so the people notice, oh hey, she shows up because they're ahead of them, right? And then the Nilfgaardians come in behind her and destroy villages and whatever. So they're like, oh, she's a bad omen. She's bringing it. Because there's that superstitious. So, so the third option here, back off. I can actually use what's called signs, and signs are like Jedi powers basically, but for Witchers. I mean, it's like rudimentary magic. There's a whole book about it, but basically it's just Witcher magic. But if I use this to basically be like, these are not the droids you're looking for. Chances are it's going to piss everyone else off, because the peasants do not. It doesn't matter if you're a Witcher and you save their village. They don't like magic. They don't like magic. They don't like Witchers. They don't like even if you save them, they don't like Witchers, and they especially don't like Witchers that go and cast magic in their village. So you got to be careful. But let's do this one.
Better round up someone else to help. 3 of you don't stand a chance against me.
Well, I could fuck you up by myself.
If I had a bag over my head and my hands tied
By
behind...
myself.
Actually, no, not even then.
Oh, the first
Shit,
Witcher book's
Nesh.
actually pretty good.
Back off.
If you mean Blood of
I'll
Elves.
teach this vagrant a lesson.
Uh.
Man on freak.
Oh, I did that wrong. There we go. Let's see.
How long you gonna make me wait?
Oh, Okay, no, it's not that one. Oh! I think I can parry if I, oh, what's... There it is.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, if I hit, so there's like the first Witcher book, that's like the first book that in the universe, but then there's like the first Witcher book that's the first of the 7 or 8 book trilogy now that kind of is the main one that people talk about. But then it's kind of like Game of Thrones, where you have the A Song of Ice and Fire saga, which is like the 7 books, but then you also have all these other like books in the periphery uh, that are staged in the same universe, but they don't really deal with that. So anyways, so something of note
My gran told me about
is you always want to go
lad went missing one day, so
to
Folk had a witchman that was hunting
the
them
message
down, so
boards.
Folk went and asked him.
Where is the message board? I guess there isn't one here.
Oh, so it went
Uh,
for trouble. Some drowner and subtle.
yeah, take Roach.
Witcher had naught to do with it. What did the folk do? They could have sewed his head back on.
Ah, it's still good. I mean, they're all good.
Take it easy.
Yeah. As with any of that kind of old writing, the style is unique enough that it's just an interesting read in and of itself. But it does
It's Durban now.
a good job of what it needs to do.
That's it,
Just tell a
Roach.
story.
What do you mean? I know it.
Ah,
Out of my way. There we go. So you can go to these notice boards, and let's see. Okay, well usually I just hoover those up, and then it makes things, gives you quests and quest markers. So if I go to my map now, see all these question marks? It reveals a bunch of those, and also quests.
you're never to sing that rhyme
So got a
again.
quest over
Never.
here, looks like.
You're not to play with Cheddar.
Oh, Willis! I remember this
What
guy.
happened here?
Oh, got a wee bit chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring. Roasted some wieners. What do you think happened, dimwit? Some bugger set
Got her
alight
nice and
me
roaring.
workshop. I've lost everything.
Roasted some wieners.
Everything.
Sorry. Any suspects?
Whole damned village. I've lived here half a century. Thought they saw me as one of their own. But everything changed when the
Thought they
Black
saw me
Ones
as one of
came.
their own.
I'm the only smith around, so I got to service their garrison. Bang dents out of plate, shoe horses. That sort of thing. Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. The humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks, but found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
Okay, so this is just a quick side quest. Basically someone, so what happened was we have a dwarf here, and, okay, so one thing about everyone in The Witcher is everyone's a racist son of a bitch. So right off the bat, people don't like dwarves. And then basically the Nilfgaardians are forcing him to repair their armor and do like general smithing duties. And so the people who already don't like dwarves are like, well, fuck this guy. So he thinks they burned down his forge
That's just it.
just because they don't like him. And what we're gonna do,
Where's Elsa get her coin?
toss a coin to your Witcher, Valley of Plenty. Ooh, oh, oh. So good. Here we go.
Footprints. A man's. Large.
So now we'll just follow his footprints.
Stinks of piss and vodka.
Oh, perfect. So some drunk bastard is pissing in the apple orchard here and getting shit-faced on vodka, on vodka. He get pissy on vodka. Burn down Smith.
Took off his boots and went in the water. Probably wanted to cover his trail.
Take that. And I believe. Sorry, at least in the beginning I have to grab these plants as we go, because there's a lot of alchemy that's done in this game. And I have it on hard mode, so
Something
I need to
jumped
do
out
it.
at the rushes.
I'm actually, I usually
Now
increase
there's-
it from
but he managed to
hard to
escape.
like nightmare about halfway through. So
Sure to be
do that.
Sure,
Okay,
not so
follow the
sure.
trail.
Who knows?
Lost
Would
his
you go
boots
to
in the
Relic
rush.
Hovel instead?
Not on your life. I'd rather be ill than disturb a ghost.
Bleeding, but not badly. Surface wound.
Me gran told me about the Smiths boy. Lad went missing.
Tracks lead back to the village.
That was hunting nearby.
Kings
Started
do the
poking him,
fighting.
asking him. When he started whistling,
Peasants do the dying.
bam, bam, they knocked his head off.
Aye, so it worked. Except it was some drowner that had sapped on the kid. Witcher had naught to do with it. What did the folk do?
Witcher?
Say like they could have sewed his head back on. Word is they laid his body.
Trail ends here, but I'll recognize him by his wounds.
Just gonna rob this poor bastard blind. I don't even care what it is. I will take it. Pretty much everything has a use in this game anyways, so you know, it just helps to grab all these things. Here we go.
Drowner claw marks. It's gotta be him.
Yeah, no shoes. Look at those shitty, muddy feet. Dirty, muddy peasant feet.
Nasty wound. Run into a drowner.
What the fuck do you care?
What a fuck.
Whoa, our arsonist's a charmer too. Come on, Smith wants to talk to you.
Why not talk to a non-human? Sons of bitches all, and dwarves are the worst. Greedy little magpies do anything for gold, they will. They forge the blades the black ones put to our throats. Am I not right? Listen, we can work this out man to man. I give you gold, you don't turn me in. My mum died a while back and I sold her tools. I've spent some, but what's left is yours.
Okay, so he basically offered to bribe us, so we can just take his money and let him go. But I like to be a good guy, and I don't like people who burn down, you know. So fuck that.
Magpies and dwarves
This guy's coming with us.
but I'm not.
We're gonna give him
Can't
the
buy me.
dirty justice.
I'll beat your fucking mug to a pulp.
This guy, I will use the Jedi mind tricks.
Calm down. Now follow me.
No one around. I guess there was someone.
I gotta apologize. Gotta go. Apologize. Freak.
Take those mushrooms.
Looking for trouble?
You looking for trouble, mate? I guess I gotta. Does say escort him. Let's see, there's the Nilf Guardians. Is it?
We'll eat myrtle grass during the hungry gap. They've taken
I wouldn't be
all our
surprised if it
grain.
was. I never realized that. Sick. Come on. Prodigy? I am the fire starter. I didn't know that.
Oh, come on!
Of course it's Prodigy.
Up and at 'em.
What's going on?
Here you go.
What?
One village pyromaniac in the flesh.
Nap? You? I knew your mum for years. Charged her nary a copper. This is how you repay me. I've had enough. Hey, soldier. A minute of your time, please.
That's right.
No! Willis, I beg you. I was drunk. Didn't know what I was doing.
I've told you, Master Willis. We will help you rebuild once reinforcements come. The supplies have been ordered.
Not what this is about, mate. This here's the arsonist. A witcher found it.
Wonder what they'll
The
do.
forge was important to the garrison. Destroying it was sabotage. No trial needed here. Just a tree.
Nice. Nice. No trial. They're just like, whatever, okay, kill him. Sure, it was him. Find a tree. Villagers will love you now. Harsh punishment. Let's go with this one.
Villagers will really love you now.
Well, no, I don't give a flying fuck about them. You know, I hated the Black Ones at first, like everybody else did. Now I'm thinking they might just bring order to this place. Teach these layabouts some manners. But enough about that. Your reward. And I managed to save some things from the fire. Anvil's still whole, so I'm sure I can bang something out on it. You need anything, let me know.
Bang it out.
Give you a
Alright.
good price.
Alright, Willis. Alright, and...
Return customer.
Oh,
I'd like you to
didn't mean
forge
do
something
that.
for me.
20 crowns, that's it.
Show me what you got.
Well... Let's see... Nah, I better hold off for now.
So long.
I'm a fire starter. Twisted fire starter. Is that how it goes? Words to live by. Okay, so what do we want to do now? So, let's see. Well, let's do the contract first. Okay, so here's the thing.
Got a lump of bread today.
Sometimes I go along the map here. Where's the map? Sometimes I go along the map here and I get all of these markers because a lot of it's good stuff, but that's going to take forever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get what's called the places of power, and they're sort of the most important of them. So I'm just going to look this up. White Orchard, places of power. Oh wow. Seriously, there's 5 of them? Jesus. Okay, so... Alright, well, let's just, let's see. Okay, so I will just make a mental note. Okay. Alright. Get the old Twitch back up. And off we go. Okay, so let's start with this one. So with this in here. And we'll get this quest on the way.
Greetings, good man. Having trouble with your well? That's what I read.
Greetings, good man.
Tis haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
Greetings, good
20?
master.
So why'd you put out a notice just now?
because earlier on we drew our water from the river. But so many corpses floating in it after the battle, it's turned noxious. My daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher, felt dreadful ill, can't keep nothing down. She grows worse by the day. Herbalist claims you fight a fever with drink. And not beer nor cider, but water. Clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away. And don't let any man near.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening.
Awful frightening.
Awful.
Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman, but fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags.
A dirty dress?
Skin flaking off its bones. And it howls like it's suffering.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, Master. If you don't take care of it, that is, it'll come kill me daughter.
I feel for you, but this is my job. So let's talk about my pay.
Something not right with the coin.
Yeah, something's not right with the coin. There's
If you
not
could
enough.
drop your price a bit, I'm sure we'd agree.
You son of a bitch.
That settles it then.
Alright. I got 3 extra crowns
Where's
with
this
that
well?
haggle.
In Havel, a settlement on the heights.
We're winning big
It's
here.
abandoned now. No one ventures there on account of
Okay.
the ghost being about. Drive.
Okay. Good. So we got that quest, and as well, we can loot this place while we're here. Ooh, there was lots of stuff in that one. Alright. Okay, so we want to find the spirit that haunts the well. And we're gonna run, because if we run, I could just grab herbs. Actually, I'm just gonna grab one of these fucking herbs. Okay. So we'll go do this well, and I believe one of these is a place of power, so just go do that. We're out there too.
What happened to your mug? Oh, come on!
Normally I would hop on Roach, the horse, and I would get there really fast. But I just want to get these. Just want to get some of these herbs, especially in the beginning. This kind of gives you a nice springboard to start the game. Yeah, of course, of course. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. I hope you get some good sleep. And the the medicine works well, and get good sleep.
The infamous well.
And as always, thank you for coming.
Wonder what it's doing here. Whoa, got too close.
Come on.
She fled, but she'll be back tomorrow. Something's keeping her here.
Okay. Got me some loot. Let's see what else we got. Platters, vials, dolls. So you got the bestiary, and this always has like good tips. So if we do this and read the Devil by the Well, the residents of White Orchard had suffered more than their fair share of misfortunes. Passing armies had trampled their spring planting. A griffin had begun abducting their livestock, and the rotten icing on this painful cake, a noon wraith haunted a nearby well. No wonder the locals called this final evil a devil. The Witcher could sense something bound her to this place, and that in order to send her off into the ethereal realms, he would first need to learn her secret. Once that was done, he would have to prepare for battle, and a noon wraith is a demanding opponent. Blah blah. Okay, so see, the quest is telling me to read it, so I'm pretty sure I just read it. Oh, noon wraiths. There we go.
Something's tied the Noon Wraith to this place. An object. Something she needs before she'll leave this world.
I'm surprised I was even able to get over here. Find out what binds the new wraith. Okay, so it's got to be in here. And of course, this place is rife with loot. Okay. So, let's see what we got.
A man, stabbed with a knife, died on the spot. Animals fed on his body, picked his skeleton clean. More bloodstains over there. But it's not his blood. A journal might be useful.
Okay, so the first entry in this yellowed diary is, it's happened. Volker sent a petition of our grievances against the Lord to the court at Vizima. I listed all the harm he's done to us, how he killed Johann for not taking off his cap quick enough, how he trampled our fields when drunk with nary a thought of repayment, how he barged in during Pieter's wedding and demanded his right of the first night. Wow. Now we've finally got what we begged Melitelli, who's like a god of healing, for. Oh my god. Now we finally got what we begged Melitelli for in our prayers for so long. The judge recognized our grievances and waived all our bonds and duties to the Lord. We can finally strike out on our own. At last we can live as free men. Second entry. The first day of our freedom. Hovel's not much of a village yet, but to my mind it's better than the most fantastic palace. Volker fumed our home with hazel wood smoke to drive out evil, buried a marten under the gate to make sure no thieves cross our threshold, and then he gave me a bracelet, loveliest I've ever seen. Mother said it's foolish to spend so much on a bauble when we haven't plows nor hoes, and that we ought to return it to the merchant. Over my dead body, I'll never take it off. It'll always be there to remind me of Volker, of how happy we were that day. They say the Lord is coming to see us, that he wants to make a deal, to beg us to return to the village. They say he's calmed since his son died, that he's not as quick to anger about small slights. Well, we'll see. One way or another. I've no intention to move 1 inch from here. Okay, so...
That bracelet might be what ties the woman's spirit to this place.
Follow the drag marks. Oh.
Bloodstains. Barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive. Noonwraith won't stray too far from the well. Bodies dried to a crisp. Signs of burns. Noonwraith did this.
So why is it telling me to go in here?
Palm prints in blood. Small hands. A woman's. Someone dragged her out. She was wounded. Fought for her life. No body in sight, but might still find some tracks. Under the right conditions, bloodstains can remain visible for decades. Another print by the well. Bloodstains. Almost faded. But the line's taut. Something's not right. A corpse, hanged by the bucket rope. Woman the journal belonged to. Must be. Wide pelvis, small jaw. A woman. Around 30, judging by the teeth. Left arm's missing. Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off.
Weird, but awesome.
Gotta jump down there.
It's just, it's
Hope I don't break my
steeped
legs.
in lore. I love it. So I think I need to go down here. And then die. See what we got here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there should be a way out here somewhere. Looks like not that way. This way over here. This looks promising.
Lucky not to come up empty-handed. The bracelet with an inscription. To Claire, from Volker.
Oh,
Bracelet must have belonged to the
this is
woman in the
nothing.
well.
This is the tutorial.
Lovely craftsmanship.
It gets so much
but I'll
better,
have to burn it with
and
the
it's
body to get
consistently
rid of
good
the new
too.
wraith for good.
I would say Novigrad
Gotta
is
do
like
it
the
near
high
well.
point, but it's pretty consistent. It's pretty consistently good. Let's see. I guess I go this way. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, that's, should not happen. Okay, good.
This bard's
It just
tale
auto-saved.
begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead.